Mayor Reed delivers his State of the City address, and tons of volunteers join forces to clean up the Pittsburgh community. That and more next on City Talk. Hello everyone, welcome to City Talk. I'm Thermice Bevelle. Mayor Kasim Reed delivered his third State of the City address at the Georgia World Congress Center. The mayor used the speech to unveil a redesigned Atlanta Development Authority renamed Invest Atlanta. Invest Atlanta's main goal is to shore up domestic and international investments in order to spur economic growth and competitiveness. Mayor Reed also used the State of the City as an opportunity to roll out a new app-driven initiative called Tweet My Jobs.
Using this new technology, you can literally take out your mobile phone, you can scan the room, and it will literally tell you the jobs that are near where you're standing. It's a new technology that is innovative, and it shows that Atlanta is on the cutting edge. We're the first city in the United States of America to implement it. That is the Atlanta way.
Tweet My Jobs will help employers quickly find the right candidate for open positions by utilizing social media outlets like Facebook and Twitter. City Council President Cesar Mitchell gave opening remarks at the Georgia Hispanic Chamber of Commerce annual Legislative Appreciation Breakfast. The breakfast allows businesses to communicate directly with state lawmakers and to impress upon them the importance of Hispanic business in Georgia. The organization has grown to become one of the largest Hispanic chambers of commerce in the nation with about 1,300 members.
I'm appreciative of your commitment to drive economic development in the city of Atlanta, which helps to strengthen Atlanta's position as a city that is friendly to entrepreneurs of all backgrounds and all trades.
What a greater way to show and showcase the Latino community and let the people who are making decisions on policies for us understand that we are here in Atlanta and that we are having this great opportunity for them to understand our culture, a little understanding of the way we're doing business in Atlanta, and that we need their support.
The group provides domestic and international services and is a voice on legislative initiatives impacting Hispanic businesses at local, state, and federal levels. Mayor Reed debuted on stage at the Woodruff Arts Center to honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The mayor performed in New Morning of the World, which weaves the words of Dr. King's speeches spoken by Reed throughout the music. The piece was originally commissioned by AT&T and made its first appearance in 1983 at the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C.
We will win our freedom because the sacred heritage of our nation and the eternal will of God are embodied in our echoing demands.
The performance was broadcast live throughout the nation on American Public Media and was also replayed on the King holiday. Mayor Reed was in attendance at the state capitol as lawmakers paid tribute to the legacy and memory of Dr. King. Last year, Governor Nathan Deal signed the bill that created the Martin Luther King Jr. Advisory Council. The group's main mission is to promote racial harmony and to raise awareness of the civil rights movement.
When Dr. King was shot and killed, it must have appeared to some around our nation that evil had triumphed. But right was only temporarily defeated. Dr. King's truth and love have triumphed.
Reed is no stranger to the state capitol. Before being elected mayor of Atlanta, he served as both a state representative and state senator. Crowds gathered outside the King Center to honor the civil rights icon. Hundreds of folks visited the historical site to snap pictures and to remember the fallen leader and activist. ATL 26 had a chance to speak with Dr. Frederick Hayes, keynote speaker for this year's ceremony at Ebenezer Baptist Church. He was 7 years old when King was assassinated.
I became almost a vicarious protege of Dr. King while I was in college. When I'm supposed to be studying, math, science, I'm studying Martin Luther King Jr. and just fell in love with his life, and he gave me a sense that my life had to count for something. So to be here today I mean, I don't have words yet to express, you know, how I am feeling in terms of the emotions, the meaning of the moment. I mean, this is one of my Hall of Fame highlight moments.
Reverend Hayes serves as the senior pastor of Friendship West Baptist Church in Dallas, Texas. Teamwork best describes a community cleanup in the Pittsburgh neighborhood. Dozens of people rolled up their sleeves for the second year in a row to spruce up the community. Cleanup crews and Councilwoman Cleta Winslow pitched in to clean one of Atlanta's oldest neighborhoods. Winslow says she is proud of volunteers who have helped improve the community.
Many people who have not participated in District 4 cleanups in this community before are now participating. They participated last year and they're participating this year.
I predict that 3 to 5 years that this will be one of the most successful communities in the city of Atlanta. We're 5 minutes from downtown, 10 minutes from the airport. This is the best place to live in Atlanta.
In 2009, the City of Atlanta received federal funds from the Neighborhood Stabilization Program, and through Winslow's leadership, $2 million of the money was allocated to purchase and revitalize homes to move families into the Pittsburgh neighborhood to help stabilize the community. An Atlanta neighborhood was recently honored as one of the greatest in the country. Lainey Thomas has more.
A serene residential oasis. A quaint City of Atlanta community with winding streets, lush green parks, and an eclectic array of homes of varying style and design. Some say it's Atlanta's first neighborhood bordering Peachtree Street heading north to downtown. It is Ansley Park. In 2011, Ansley Park was recognized as one of our nation's top 10 great neighborhoods as part of the American Planning Association's Great Places in America program. Doug Young, the City of Atlanta's Assistant Director of Planning and Director of the Atlanta Urban Design Commission, says the award is a triumph for Ansley Park and the city.
Well, one of the things about the Great American Places Award and Ansley Park is that it's a good example of how a truly planned from the beginning, intact neighborhood that, while has evolved since its design and development, has not substantially changed physically, in the sense that the street layout, the parks, the homes, many of them are all from before World War II, but what the neighborhood has become in the city of Atlanta today is really as much a recognition through the program as the physical characteristics of the neighborhood. It really is the community association, the civic association in this case, and how they've committed to keep their neighborhood the way it is.
Trees and gardens vividly complement the historic charm of Ansley Park, and the neighborhood's civic association is delighted with the new recognition. In a written statement, immediate past president Katie Phelps said, "This award reflects the community spirit that makes Ansley Park so unique. It also recognizes the hard work over the decades of so many volunteers throughout the neighborhood."
Ansley Park was a place for the middle class, upper middle class, and well-to-do to live just outside the city and then commute back and forth via their carriages or buggies and or eventually streetcar to jobs in what we consider now downtown and midtown. If you look around, that the streets follow the curves of the land versus being a grid pattern on some sort of more regular pattern to them. The streets and the parks work together to create sort of these serpentine relationships between the houses, the street, and then the park around them. And the parks also are related to the waterways in the neighborhood, so that there are small little creeks and small streams or even sort of drainage areas that become the centerpiece of the parks and in fact in some ways define the whole framework of the neighborhood.
Congratulations, Ansley Park, for being recognized as one of our nation's great American neighborhoods.
The American Planning Association is a nonprofit organization dedicated to the development of communities through smart planning, citizen engagement, and support for smaller planning organizations. Councilman Kwanzaa Hall joined community leaders at the monthly meeting of the 4th Ward Alliance Neighborhood Association to announce a new partnership between public and private community stakeholders aimed at improving public safety and quality of life along District 2's Boulevard corridor, which extends from Ponce de Leon Avenue to DeKalb Avenue. The initiative, the Year of Boulevard, combines the efforts of Atlanta Police Department's Zone 6, several city departments, as well as Atlanta Medical Center, Wingate Management, the Old 4th Ward Safety Patrol, local neighborhood associations, and others. Hall says this is a unique opportunity to focus on the greater Boulevard corridor.
So we thought it would be only fitting that we take 2012 to be the Year of Boulevard. A year when all of our good friends, everyone that's in this room, could come together, be in the room first of all, but also come together as partners, as stakeholders, as people holding each other accountable to make our community the great place that we all want it to be.
A lot of the community liaison officers that are going to work hard in this area to address issues that y'all identify, that we identify, and that we work together to take care of.
Hall is pleased that over the last few years, residents have rallied around a shared vision of the neighborhood's future. 3 members of the Atlanta Police Department's Mounted Patrol were recently honored. Here's a look at what that honor was and how Georgia Tech plays a part in this unique unit.
On a crisp day in December, members of the Atlanta Police Department's Mounted Patrol, Lieutenant Chris Tiernan, Sergeant Brian Wilkes, and Officer Mac Moretti, were awarded the prestigious Sabre Pin. The official ceremony honors those that have completed the 3-month rider training program.
The program today was to honor the officers and myself included and my sergeant supervisors who ride with their sabers. The sabers themselves, it's a U.S. Army tradition that the cavalry units that was their designator for their uniforms, that they were part of the cavalry. It's a 3-month training program. Our trainer here, Officer Reagan's been training everybody here for about the last 5 years.
1, 2, 1, 2.
There's a lot of components that you don't equate with policing, and when you're chosen to come here, and the program starts with the stall again, with maintaining the stall. It's not just to go in there and clean up. You actually have to inspect and see what's left in there. You have to see how much water is left in there. You have to check the horse to see what is eliminated over the night to see if he's healthy. You learn all the parts of the horse. You learn what influences the horse, what will make him move, what can startle him. You learn about, probably the most important thing is hooves. The saying around here is no hooves, no horse. So you spend a lot of time taking care of their hooves, their feet. It takes 3 months, and at that point, you can go out with the other officers. The training never stops. Every day you train.
In addition to the APD officers, 3 Georgia Tech equestrian students were also honored as a part of the partnership. The students received honorary military sabers at the ceremony also. Allie Lexner is a member of the Georgia Tech's Club Equestrian team, along with fellow teammates Jennifer Bateman and Katie Geddes.
We got involved, I think about 5 years ago with the Atlanta Police Department. One of our girls had met a police officer and told us about our club, and he said, you know what, that would be great for you to come out and ride our horses. They need a little extra training, some more discipline from experienced riders. We'd love for you to just come out and work with them. And so we've been building the program ever since. More girls have been coming out. This is the 2nd class that has been honored. So it's a real honor to be out here. To get the sabers, we had to ride for longer than a year. I come twice a week to help out, and we kind of have to pull our own around here. We have to clean the tack, work in the tack room, make sure the barn's clean, do everything with the horses, so it's great.
These 3 girls that were inducted in today have been here at least the last 2 years. They come down, they take time away from studies. They have spent numerous hours just coming and at least grooming the horses, even if they're not getting a chance to ride in bad weather. I believe to them it's just such an honor to be recognized for the hard work that they do.
Partnerships are a big part of the APD's mission.
Partnerships are really at the core of what we do with the Atlanta Police Department. It's in our mission statement. Partnerships, we can't do anything without partnerships. This is such an honor for these officers and these students to be awarded the Sabre Pin. It's such a meaningful thing for people that are involved in the mounted patrol or riding horses. They've done a lot of work, a lot of training to get to this day, and for them to be awarded the Sabre Pins is quite the honor.
Police Foundation has supported this program from the beginning. We cherish the program. We think it's a vital part of the city's overall plan to keep Atlanta safe. I think any city that doesn't have a mounted patrol is certainly missing the mark.
The Mounted Patrol Unit was disbanded for several years, but donations by the Atlanta Police Foundation brought it back to life. Coming up, a conversation with Police Chief George Turner, and a new study makes it easier for Atlanta neighborhoods to thrive. Stay with us. Today we have Atlanta Police Chief George Turner with us. Chief Turner, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
APD has a new tool to help fight crime and respond to emergencies, the Operation Shield Video Integration System. Tell us about some of the advantages of that new system.
Well, for one thing, it gives us an opportunity, first off, to be present in large-scale events in the downtown space as we continue to expand this network of cameras. What it is a network of cameras that we're driving to a centralized location in our downtown space. And what it will do is allow us to bring, right now we have about 100 cameras that we're monitoring that center. Allow us to not just to be proactive on issues that are taking place in the city, but also to utilize it as a crime fighting tool and a crime prevention and also a detection tool. Our investigators have that ability to go back and look at and see what crime has occurred, and they can utilize that as an investigative tool as well. We're looking to try to expand that to thousands of cameras throughout our city. We have a great partnership with the Police Foundation through Dave Wilkerson, our CEO of that foundation, who are really driving all of the private sector investments into that camera system, which are allowing private sectors like the Coca-Colas and CNNs to bring their exterior cameras into the video integration center, which will allow us to have more eyes on issues that are in the public space. And at the same time, we're expanding the public sector commitment as well, with bringing on some of the universities, Georgia State University, Georgia Tech. All of those universities have camera systems, and we'll be able to bring those into the center as well as we work through the agreements, and so that we'll have access to those cameras as well. The World Congress Center has several dozens of cameras on the exterior that will allow us to utilize and view those viewpoints as well.
Tell us about the new Smart 911 program.
Well, Smart 911 is another opportunity for us to just be proactive with citizens. Give them an opportunity to alert them and let them know that there are issues specifically designated for their area. We're trying to drive people to our website to register so that we can get them information in. So when we talk about putting out specific information for a community, we can be that dynamic and say this street is having a flood, for instance. We can provide that information to that alert. And so it's a great tool for us as we try to expand more into our technology to make sure that our citizens are well taken care of.
You attend a lot of community town hall meetings. When you meet with residents, what are some of their concerns?
Well, they are concerned about crime. And crime, although crime is down significantly, down 11% over the last 2 years, down another 1% this year. Murders are down 6%, down 6% in domestic violence pieces, and violent crimes are down collectively. However, people just simply don't want to hear numbers. If they've been a victim of a crime, they want to know what we're doing about it. And so we continue to talk about all the partnerships that we need to people to be involved in our efforts to fight crime. It is not a City of Atlanta Police Department's issue alone. We have to be smarter on crime. We have to talk about partnering with all of the resources that are made available to us so that we can do this job more effectively. And what I mean by that is one of the key initiatives that we push forward is our See Something, Say Something campaign. This is an opportunity for both citizens and employees to be able to provide additional eyes and ears to the law enforcement community by calling 911 when they see things suspicious. We all know what things are suspicious. Person veering into a car, being into an area that they really are out of place in. We encourage people to call 911 and allow us to check that situation out. We want to try to prevent as many crimes as we can possibly.
The city broke ground on its first combined fire station and mini police precinct, and I know Councilmember Moore is very excited about this new facility coming to Hollywood Road. This new facility will have a positive impact on Northwest Atlanta.
Oh, I think we're excited about it as well. As I met with Chief Cochran, which is a great partner, when I talk about our mission first is to reduce crime and to improve the quality of life, and then to partner with our communities. I believe our internal partners are just that. The fire department is a great tool where we can mesh into that same space to provide a service to the community. Also have our officers there to be able to do more proactively community involvement and community policing initiatives. So we're excited about the location. We think it's perfect for that mutual space, gives us an opportunity to become stronger in the community and have a more active role in that particular community in Northwest Atlanta.
And connecting with the community is a strong APD effort. The department launched COPS, the Community-Oriented Police Section, which focuses on quality of life issues. Tell us a little bit about how that works.
Well, COPS is that. We have, through the grant of 50 additional officers were hired for the Atlanta Police Department to talk about building strong community policing initiatives. And so we have 50 officers that are dedicated to work just in that space. They do not respond to 911 calls. They're in the community, really creating opportunities to resolve some of the long-standing problems that have always plagued our city. And so things like graffiti removal, things like code enforcement to help and partner with that. As you know, the City of Atlanta Police Department, now code enforcement sits under our purview. And we think that it is a great fit inside of that community-oriented policing division so that all of those resources are there together, that they can work on issues that are plaguing our community on a consistent basis. Those areas that just continue to be a problem for us. And so when officers or 911 officers just simply did not have the resources and the time to deal with that. And so what we've done is created opportunities for just a small group of officers to work in that space to deal with those problems.
And finally, Chief, Atlanta's Police Athletic League held its annual boxing event at the Civic Center, where PAL chapters from around the Southeast compete against amateur boxing. PAL also offers dance and drama, basketball, track and field, and a variety of other programs, which means APD officers are heavily involved with Atlanta's kids.
That's exactly right. We think that we have an opportunity to really be strong mentors in our community. We want to make sure that officers that are involved in that program have great character that young people can look up to. These relationships are developed at an early age with these young people, and these kids grown folk continue to come back to the center and talk to the officers and talk about the successes that their lives have provided to them because of the relationships that they forged with the Police Athletic League. We have 3 centers. One at the Anderson Park location at Old Turner High School, and then we have a second one at A.D. Williams, which is in the old Bourne Home site, and then the one at Dunbar. So we have more than 14 police officers working in those centers, mentoring and doing after-school care program with young people throughout the year. We're excited about that engagement, look forward to expanding that.
Chief Turner, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
When we come back, a push to buy locally, and former President Jimmy Carter has a new book. Back in a moment. A new study by the City of Atlanta makes it easier for neighborhoods to flourish.
Understanding the dynamics and identifying current economic opportunities in all neighborhoods will be easier as a result of the City of Atlanta's comprehensive housing inventory study. The citywide project is a new initiative under the Department of Planning and Community Development. The department's Office of Housing is supervising the study, and city contractor Atlanta-based APD Solutions, LLC, is doing the fieldwork and analysis. 167,000, that's the estimated total number of parcels in the City of Atlanta. Field surveyors on foot and by car are documenting the property type and condition of each structure.
This is a very comprehensive survey. They're not only are they going to be looking at residential structures, but they're also going to be looking at commercial structures as well.
One unique aspect of the property study is the neighborhood analysis. The other is using the study as a framework for future economic investment in Atlanta's so-called Tipping point communities.
Tipping point community is where you don't have a huge or large number of foreclosures, or where the conditions are favorable that you're able to stabilize it. If you just give it a little more push, a little more investment, then you can stabilize those communities.
Using state-of-the-art handheld wireless technology, surveyors are taking a parcel photo and documenting the structure and lot. Some categories include good, fair, poor, and deteriorated. With the support of Enterprise Community Partners, Inc. and the Fulton County City of Atlanta Land Bank Authority, the Department of Planning and Community Development is committed to reaching the objectives of the study, which include identifying unmet housing needs, providing a market analysis for housing development, determining future housing trends and ways to implement them in areas of greatest need, creating housing recommendations for strategic investment based on practical data. Once complete in spring of 2012, the housing study will pinpoint opportunities for future investment and outline strategic recommendations as the City of Atlanta moves forward with its economic development objectives for 2012 and beyond.
To learn more, visit the Department of Planning and Community Development's webpage at atlantagA.gov. Senior citizens can get a discount on sanitation bills. Taxpayers 65 and older with an annual income of $39,000 or less have until June 1st to apply for a 30% exemption on their solid waste bills. Applicants must be the owner of the home where they're seeking the exemption, and seniors must show proof of income and proof of age. Contact the Tax Commissioner's office for more information. Councilman Kwanzaa Hall is stressing the importance of keeping it in town. Hall says local restaurants and businesses need our help during this tough economic time. The Keep It in Town campaign puts a spotlight on thousands of small businesses in the city. It's an ongoing effort to get people to spend their money in town. Downtown, Midtown, Sweet Auburn, and many more neighborhoods have residents who are passionate about supporting independent businesses. Hall says when shopping locally, businesses aren't the only ones who benefit. It also provides jobs, and that could go a long way towards strengthening Atlanta's economy. Here at ATL 26, we're working to bring you better access to city government. We'd love to hear from you. Email your questions or comments to citytalk@atlantagA.gov. City Talk is on air and online. Catch us right here on ATL 26, on YouTube, and on our website, atlantagA.gov. The City of Atlanta has online services available to make doing business with the city a little easier. Atlanta's list of online services will continue to grow as the city strives to identify more opportunities to provide access to government services via the internet. Visit our website to see what services are available. The West End has a new bank. Councilwoman Cleta Winslow was on hand for the opening of the Fifth Third Bank inside the Kroger Shopping Center on Cascade Avenue.
We just had the ribbon cutting for the Fifth Third Bank here in the West End at the Kroger City Center. We are so excited that even in the downtimes, in economic downtimes, that we have a new bank that has opened up.
And this is so exciting and a great opportunity for us here to join you in this community. This is an important community for us, and you've been so embracing of Fifth Third coming in. We couldn't be more excited.
For over 150 years, Fifth Third has provided financial products and services to its customers. Based on its history of performance and customer service, the bank has received numerous accolades for the way it operates its 1,300 locations across the country. Former President Jimmy Carter made an appearance at the Barnes & Noble near Emory University to sign copies of his latest book. Through the Year with Jimmy Carter, 366 daily meditations from the 39th president is filled with Bible teachings for each day of the year, including leap year. Many of the lessons are the same ones Carter uses as a Sunday school teacher in his hometown of Plains, Georgia. This is Carter's 23rd book. Thank you for watching City Talk. I'm Thermice Bevelle.